Good evening, good evening, good evening. And you're probably wondering, how did such a pretty man end up on here? Well, it's because simply Robbie is at SynthFest and he's getting set up this evening. He's hoping to drop in at some point, and we may let him in. I don't know. We might do. We might not. But welcome and join us. It's Friday the 4th of October, and all over the world people are joining us at 0:00. Which is always good. 0:00's always a good time to join these things. We've got some news, yeah. So we might actually get through 2 hours without blathering and doing another pub, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, welcome. It's great to see you here. And if you're signing up or watching this after it's been done and recorded, and you're watching it on YouTube later, hello to the future you. Thank you for watching what we were doing yesterday, or last week, or whatever. And in the meantime, if you are watching this live, or even if you're not, if you're watching afterwards, I would love to encourage you to like, comment, subscribe and share, do all of that stuff, because it helps. It really helps with our figures and with audience share and even sometimes payments from YouTube. And it all helps support this channel, because this channel doesn't happen without a certain amount of expense, we shall say, not least of which is my electricity bill. Yeah, all of this. To be honest, before we get into everything else, I saw I saw Robbie's article on theft, and so before Robbie read it, I went round to his house and nicked all his lighting. So you'll see. But in the meantime, so yes, please do like, comment, subscribe and share. And for those of you that wish to, you can support us. As I was saying, having all these likes, comments and helps me buy new teeth. Alternatively, you can subscribe. You can support us on Patreon, where in Patreon, not only do you get to see all the usual, but you get all these additional goodies. If you can watch a lot of stuff free anyway on there, but for subscribers, people that pay the £1 million every week to watch us on Patreon, then you get all these additional goodies. Lots of videos. There's more coming. There's all the shorts from Robbie on. He's done stuff on the PB12. I've done stuff on on this little beauty, which I still adore, and there's others going up. There's all sorts of newbie things coming really soon. We've got lots of content going up there, and then we have lots and lots of sound banks from the likes of Mike Barnes and others. James, I think it's James Dyson. Correct me if I get any of this wrong, Mr. Kent. And oh my goodness, whilst I'm here talking about this, we've got some goik who I feel I ought to bring in. He's trying to interrupt. Let me just see if I can bring him in.
Hey!
Oh my lord!
Hello.
Squidging.
We're all here. Look.
Hello.
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 Hello. What are you doing?
We're in Yorkshire.
I like Yorkshire.
We're up north.
It's grim up here. It's
Very
beautiful.
Cool. Gaz Williams has got old, hasn't he?
Is everything made of stars up north?
Oh.
Stars.
It's made of whippets.
I've lost my whippet. I need to be back up.
Whippets and gravy.
Whippets and what? What's that? What's a whippet?
What's a whippet?
And for you gentlemen to get set up. Have you managed to get set up?
We're all set.
Whippets.
Shall we show them?
So
see the stand?
We've got Robbie here. We've got wonderful Andrew. We've got Andrew Brooks to your right.
Yes.
There we go. And we've got the lovely Ian J. Cole. He swears a lot. You just never see it, but he always swears. And the lovely Peter. How are you?
Look at the jacket.
I'm fine, thank you.
Look at the jacket. Look at the jacket.
Look. Retro.
Oh, man.
Check the threads. You see the line.
Yeah, we're going to have to...
Come and see the stand.
You'll see the stand.
We're going to go to the stand.
For God's sake, don't put a 10p in the slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you put the 10p?
Yeah. Oh.
Let's see the stand. Oh. That is a
No,
jacket.
hopefully. Not that one, though.
Not that
I
one.
thought you were down the
Go.
pub. This looks almost synth related, which is most unlike us.
Ta-da!
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Lovely.
So we got.
You
All
let
of-
your granddad in there, Robbie.
Look at that.
Oh, you've got a P2500 there as well, so I don't need to bring one of those. Brilliant.
We got some special guests though.
And Sonique.
Look at this.
Yeah, the
Wow.
Mirage, what a wonderful thing. Oh, look.
Came with the phone slot.
Might not work tomorrow.
I've got the Emacs.
Wow.
Then
How many
down
of
here-
those have you had to fix, Kent?
What?
The Emacs.
Oh, too bloody
Right.
many.
So we've got.
Emulator 2.
That's the
Look at
birthday
it.
boy or girl.
Is that the one that's got the slot? Oh, that one's got the slot, hasn't it, for SD?
And so is this one.
Do you know what? I don't.
But-
Looking at it there, I don't think I got the paint the right colour for that Mark One.
That is bloody car spray.
Well, you're getting it back soon anyway. So.
Yeah.
But special guest. This one's for Andy.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Not many of those around.
Very few
No.
of those around. Very few.
So, Mr. Mike Gorman, look, there he is, legend himself.
Mike
Go-
Gorman, how are you?
Oh, we're coming to see you. On
This
on-
you got to come if you come to Synthfest, right? You got to come and see this guy because this guy has built a Luma One, and we're going to
You've
play
built
with it.
one.
He's built
Oh.
from kit.
I hope you're
Yeah.
going to do a little bit of filming of that, Robbie.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Can we go and
Absolutely.
have a look at it then?
Shall we, let's go and have a look.
Let's go and look.
Let's go and have a look at Luma One.
come on.
Yeah, do it. So talk to us about who else is there, what else is set up.
So over here,
Bjorks, look at that, the mini Moog.
Ah, yes.
him and
Wait, hold on, you've got your
Diana are here. Well, they're not here at the moment, obviously. I've got my book signed, or should I say my Butte signed. Oh, listen to it!
Oh my goodness.
Listen to it!
That does actually sound great. Brilliant.
How cool is that?
That's very cool.
And you can
It's
actually
nice to see a working one.
Well, this is the new thing. This is not an old one. This is a brand
Yeah,
new.
no, that's what I mean. It's just
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
to see something that shape but actually
Give
working.
us a tuned rim shot, like Prince style. Put the rim shot. That's it. Now tune it down. Oh, there you go. That's the
Wow.
sound. That is the sound. What else is? Oh, here you go.
Oh, wow. I've got the fingernails.
While Mike's trying to do that, look, Mike always brings an amazing set of gear. So you got Isoline or Isoline,
EC9.
EC9. There you go.
Nice.
There's Deckard's Dream,
Deckard's Dream.
Can't have
yeah.
everything then.
Antinous 2600.
Woohee.
Very
Mark
nice.
3.
Some more stuff there.
Nice.
This is what I turned one of these down because I was a snob. I regret it. But there you go.
Oh, isn't that neat and tidy?
That
This
was
is the
lush.
brilliant work of Joe Britt and Andre and Devon.
I got my
Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well,
Mike.
Joe phoned me and said,
own. This is serial number 225.
excellent. Look at that. It's just so good.
I like that display as well.
Look. Right there. Z80.
Ah,
Awesome.
Enjoy them while you can.
So, yeah, I mean, so far, star of the show for me.
Nice.
Oh. Cool key stage.
oh, a key stage.
Ooh.
Not seen, well, actually, I saw one at Super Booth, but didn't actually get a play of it.
So is that the 3?
The 3 what?
Is that the key stage 3?
It's
It's the new one
69.
with poly aftertouch.
Yeah, it's with the Poly AT.
Okay.
Nice. Excelente.
Oh, so that's the Krog one.
Yeah, there's another rarity.
Yeah, that is.
Mm.
That
Yeah, I
really
should have got
is.
one of those.
Should have done.
I should have got one of those.
Should.
Not everyone's here because obviously it's a lot of people turn up a little bit later on. But yeah, some cool stuff here. You go. Boxes and modules and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a while because the rugby's on.
Yeah. What? What else have we got? Anything cool? You missed Phil Oakey. Phil was here earlier.
Yeah.
He was working as a waitress in the Octagon Bar.
Yes, he was.
When you met him?
Yeah, I said apparently when he has to leave, he says to his mates, "Okay, ready, let's go." That was a joke, by the way.
But don't be sorry.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount set up right now.
Nick, what you can run away.
Modular. I'm surprised that we've still got a signal this far into the building. Look.
Yeah, it's doing really well this time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that up.
So this is sound gas. A lot of this is being auctioned off tomorrow.
I've got gas.
Unit 2. Oh,
Let's start.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
dangerous, isn't it?
Looks like my shed.
is that CS5?
CS15.
Or was it 15?
Or a 10? No, it's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A10, yeah.
Yeah.
Casio 403. They're rare, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Saturn 09.
Oh, I love the Saturn
Juno
9.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mini
I can't
Pops.
think I've ever played with one.
Rex 50. Juno 2.
No.
They one for Matt. One for Juno 2.
Yeah.
Oh. That's nice.
Oh.
Oh,
One-
hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Have some of that. What's that under there?
Hello, Poppet.
Oh, got one of them.
What is it?
Rhythm
The
arranger.
Rhythm Arrangers. The CR68, is it?
60.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. It's a cut down 78. Weirdly.
Oh. I want one of these.
Oh, hello. No,
Oh,
got one of
I had that and the 20 set.
Oh, that's been modded up a bit, isn't it?
The Latin one.
Yeah,
wasn't
this has got all the.
Oh, wow.
And all those extra knobs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Space
okay.
Cadets.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of them.
55B.
Is this all stuff going in the auction?
It's
Yeah.
all going to the auction.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come and get your paddles.
Yeah.
What else we got over here? Let's have a look. So there's still a lot of people yet to turn up. Did we do this?
We didn't do the other one.
Did we do this
TLAB
one?
88.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, look at that. TLAB 88. Look at that's not the Mark. That's the Mark II, though, isn't it? Yeah, it's Mark II.
Nice.
Because the Mark III doesn't exist yet, officially.
Officially.
That's still being set up.
He hinted
Where's,
raffishly. How many of the exhibitors won't turn up until tomorrow morning, first thing?
Well, the looks of it, half of them.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, hangovers, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Melbourne jobbies.
Melbourne.
Melbourne instruments.
There's Nina.
That's very
Nina.
very cat-like.
And then this one owns an Norwich City Football Club, apparently. It's the Delia.
That reminds me, I haven't had dolly mixtures for ages.
It's very Italian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Look at
Yeah.
that. That's very Italian. Very nice. Oh, pink.
Mm.
But it's pink. That's what I said to the missus when I first met her. I don't know what it is. But it's pink.
Shadadun.
The
The medieval. It's there.
There it is.
Spiritus Sancti,
Oh, my
dum
Lord.
de dum de dum.
Is someone going to polish those before the show?
Yeah. I was having a chat with Tom from Source Distribution,
Yeah.
who could not praise it enough. He reckons it's amazing. So you might have persuaded me. Teeny.
Teeny, teeny,
Teeny. Expensive. Teeny, expensive. And then this stand's always good.
Oh, yes.
Got Soma.
Ah.
Oh, the cheese boards.
He's got wood.
Yeah.
Some modular.
Imagine Ian has over that terror.
So you just walked straight past the buchla.
Straight past the Buchla, yeah.
It's modular.
Whatever. It's just a bunch of knobs and sockets, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
And the keyboard controller thing.
that's like Battle of the Planets, isn't it? Phoenix thing, isn't it?
No, that's the Klingon bird of
Klingon
prey control panel.
Warbird. Yeah,
Oh.
Klingon Warbird.
Oh, hello.
Just happens to be one of these here.
That's very amusing. You see what I
Yeah.
did there? Yeah.
Well, if you turn it on now and get it to tune, it should be ready by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Antinous. Oh, this is what I want. One of these.
Oh,
Oh, is that the
that's
like the sequencer
old-
replica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We were talking about this earlier, weren't we, Ken?
Were we?
We were talking about 2600 and the sequencer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where's the tapes?
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of. And then of course you got the big boys downstairs. So there's a Polybrute 12, of course.
Of
All the
course.
Hydrosynths except the new one. Have you seen the new one that was announced today?
No?
What, the silver one?
No.
Oh, go on.
The Hydrosynth Explorer,
Hmm.
and it's convenient. Its new name is Hydrosynth Explorer 888 units. That's its name, and it's orange.
Okay.
Make it up.
It's bright orange.
8 unit. Any explanation?
808 units being made.
Oh my God! It's a Wurlitzer.
The Wurlitzers.
Look
A
at
Wurlitzer. Was it Drum Boy?
The Donkomatic at the back there. Look. Donkomatic.
I got one of those in the garage. One of those Drum Boys. No, honest, straight up.
But yeah, if you come and see Michael Eden and Ollie Freck doing a whole drum machine thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're coming, of course. But yeah, I think that's about it for now.
And there are still tickets available. You can buy tickets on the door, can't you, Robbie?
You can buy tickets on the door. It will cost you about 25 quid. 17 online if you get them now. So buy them now.
Buy them now.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm being strangely drawn.
Beer?
Strangely drawn.
Beer?
By a shit cartoonist.
Pizza?
I'm being strangely drawn.
That was far better than I imagined initially, Ken.
Yeah. I thought so. Yeah. Give it a chance. Slow burner.
This is where I'm going to be. For the
I see. Yeah. Guess what?
I do not-
Guess what? Robbie's going to have tucked under his coat tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not one of those things you can easily slip out.
Yeah, that's true.
But there you
I
go.
do like the little OLED display. I think that really works there.
The
When it was on
detail-
earlier.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. We're going to get Joe on the show, and maybe
Yeah.
you could persuade Andre as well. But for sure, yeah. So there you go. There it is.
Nice.
Synthfest so far. Of course, it gets better tomorrow.
Mm.
Well, it gets better tomorrow, but tonight, do you not have an appointment with a certain restaurant?
We do. Before we go, though, a certain Mr. Peter James Stephen has arranged for Philip Oakey to come to our stand tomorrow.
My mate Phil.
Yeah.
Get
Nice.
So
Get in.
Phil's going to stop by. So hopefully
He likes emulators, apparently.
who doesn't?
Well, there is.
Yeah.
in. Quite right.
So come and see us. We're stand L17. There you go. We're all there. Come and see the jacket. I mean, just come for the jacket alone.
Well, the jacket on its own, really.
We're TikToking at the same time.
TikToking live. That's
We're TikTok. It's how meta is this?
Oh God, we'll be on Grinder next.
Talking of TikToking, so are we.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hurrah.
It's Peter Wakeman. Or Bankman. No, he was Ghostman. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. I just thought we'd dial in, but what's the time? Is it dinner time yet?
It's 7:20.
Yeah, we got to walk. It's about a 15-minute walk. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't had mine
But-
yet either.
Everyone okay, by the way? All going well?
What does it got to do with you?
Yes, things have improved today since yesterday.
Oh, jolly
Hang
good.
on, let's go three-way on this.
Awesome.
If you know
Hello.
what I mean.
I'll have the pretty one.
I haven't seen the chat. I've completely missed all the chat.
I've not been looking.
Says it's worth going for Pete's jacket. Yeah.
Phil, I'm going to put it in the locker.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the star of the show.
It's tomorrow. I'm stealing Pete's jacket.
Another one. This is for tonight.
Oh, hang on. He's got another one. How do we change the camera again? We
What,
do.
another jacket?
Yeah, another jacket.
Oh,
That's a more appropriate one.
More appropriate.
Yeah. There you go.
Architecture and keys.
And I've just got Process Network t-shirt and hoodie, like this guy here, who's modelling one very nicely.
Robbie,
Yeah.
can you explain something to me?
I'll try.
So, you'll notice Kent and I have Pro Synth Network, and they're up here proudly emblazoned in a prominent position. Why is yours under your knackers? What's going on?
Let's just say printing issues.
Everything goes
Printing issues.
It's
Can we go under your moobs?
Are you?
between,
No, maybe
it's between two peaks.
Are those mini moobs or
They're maxi mood.
maxi moobs? There we go.
Anyway,
It's great to see you. It's great to see Ian and Andrew and Andy and Peter and Mike.
it's all
underwired.
best part. It's the best part of the show is meeting all these amazing people again.
This is
Yeah.
Apparently, it's an underwired. That's what it is. I've not got the comments up at the moment.
I was going to say that if you can't make it to SynthFest tomorrow, this very stand that you see here is going to be at Bristtronica a week tomorrow as well. So if you can't make one, you can maybe come to the other.
And Philoki tomorrow, and
Philoki tomorrow.
and next week you've got the wonderful Dave Russum.
Yep, we'll have Dave on the stand next week. So yeah, come and meet the stars.
ESI 4000.
What
And
you?
Philoki.
You mean you?
And Philoki, yeah.
There we go. Out the way, Phil. Out the way, Dave. Mate, how are you, Robbie?
Yeah, so we're going to ask if Phil keeps feeling fascination and does she mind?
Ask him if he's got anything the other side of his parting.
Oh, he doesn't have that anymore. He's
Oh, really? Oh.
unhirsute.
I think he donated it to Andrew's chin.
Yeah.
I borrowed it off him.
Coming on this bit,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
It certainly is, Gimli.
This
Right,
is great
it's
viewing, isn't it? But yeah, we've got a curry waiting for us.
4 people on TikTok watching.
4 people watching us live on TikTok. There goes Susie.
How many
Well-
people got on Pro Synth Network watching us?
Does Andy know where the one ring that rule them all is?
Does Andy know where
by any
what?
chance?
Does
The
Andy
one
know
ring that rules them all.
Yeah,
Gandalf? Yeah.
yeah.
Thou shalt not pass. Well, it doesn't say thou. It says you shall.
No,
Just-
you shall not pass.
Senecott for that. That's what
Yeah.
I
It's the
say.
best load.
Come on, let's go get a curry.
And yes, I think-
Beautiful.
Oh, I've just seen Scott Macaulay Sounds in the chat. If anybody owns a Polybrute, he's doing some sound banks, especially for the Polybrute 12. And the teasers that he's posted so far sound very, very good.
That's it. Rub it in.
So we can do a little featurette on those sometime.
Oh, and have
One
you
of the
told
next-
everyone who
I'm,
is? Have you told everyone who's coming on the show next week?
No.
We're going to save that till later.
Well, we weren't sure whether or not that would be embargoed or not.
No,
But I
no. Well, you know, everyone
we
knows
can tell-
Cherry Audio. Oh, them
Who?
Cherry Audio.
Who are they?
I just said it.
Who are they?
They are lovely
So
people.
yes.
We love sound.
Yes.
But
Let
we've also got some people coming on the week after, which we can't tell you about.
Ah, shut up.
Yeah, well, it's not absolutely 150,000%.
Now, you told me yesterday it was all booked in.
It was booked in, but it's still.
For a given value of booked in.
Put it this way: I've had 100% secured, definitely, and it didn't happen. So
Oh, dear
We've
Lord.
told the audience they've got to do it.
yeah, that would be a good way of doing it. Yeah, absolutely. They're
So-
committed now.
May I
Anyway.
suggest that what you do with your evening is curry on? Huh?
Ha
Oh, it's not a curry though, is it? It's
Yeah.
Turkish.
No, it is. Tonight's curry, tomorrow's Greek.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
And just remember, the chicken balls come from very big chickens. That's all.
yep. Yeah.
and very big chickens. Anyway, we shall leave you to have a wonderful show. Have fun.
Bye
Okay.
TikTok. Bye TikTok.
Bye, Grinder.
Bye.
See you later.
See you
Take
later,
care.
Robbie. Enjoy your night and good
Will
luck
do.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What an awful man. Wouldn't you say?
I tell you, there's an awful lot of keyboards in that sports hall.
There certainly are. You wouldn't have thought so for a badminton thing. Where's
yeah.
my thingy going? There we go. I seem to have lost connection with my camera. But anyway, listen. We were doing all the normal sort of housekeeping and we never quite got around to it all. So I'll just quickly follow up.
Go on then.
So support us on Patreon. You know about that. Follow us on TikTok. There we go, because we're now on there, which is what Ian was doing for his view us a billion times TikTok page. Don't know how he does it. We get 3, but maybe we'll have 4 this week. So you can follow us on TikTok, Twitch, Insta, Facebook, Threads, although God knows why you want to follow us on Threads. And there's that. And so follow us, like us, please do. We have our wonderful moderators who sit in the chat, making sure you all behave yourselves. Although at least one of them is, as you've seen, at SynthFest, so he's not doing anything. Lazy bugger. Did we give him annual leave on that? No.
I don't get involved.
We'll have to send him to HR. And then, if whilst you are chatting, please do ask any questions you will. Put a big fat cube before the question. I won't see it because I'm going to be busy being important and pretty and waiting for cake. Kent, can you keep an eye out for it?
I can keep an eye out.
Good.
That's about all I'm good for, really.
We won't see any, I'm sure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the introductory housekeeping done. And that only took 27 minutes. How about that? It's got to be a record. An intro that was 27 minutes long. Kent, we only have 92 minutes to fill.
I see.
What do you think we should do?
Oh.
Should we talk about...
Are you going to mention DX1 and CS80 in this show?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Well, it could do. As far as CS80 is concerned.
Could I?
We could.
Tell me, explain. You've lost me now. What would you like to talk about?
The CS80 that I am in negotiations with.
Do you want to make that public?
Well, it'll make a lot of people incredibly jealous, would it not?
Yeah, not half. Go for it.
Okay then. Prepared to be jealous. Then most people are going to go, well, I don't care. I'm getting, at some point very soon, possession of Vangelis's CS80 from Nemo Studios that was used on Spiral and China and Albedo 0.39 and oh god, and Chariots of Fire and Blade Runner, and it will be coming here, and it will be here for a duration, if not end up being here permanently, if I can possibly do it. And I'm also going to play, after I've restored her and everything like that, I'm going to play the living crap out of this thing.
Sugar out of it.
Oh, it's just, and it really makes up for what has been a horrible, horrible, horrible week.
And will you be doing any recording with it?
Oh, Christ, yes.
Because you made a commitment on, but I know this isn't a pub.
Yeah, I know.
This isn't a pub. Guess what, folks? This isn't a pub, but nonetheless, it seems to be very pub-like.
Yeah, but although there is a CS80 here, and she's lovely, and she sounds gorgeous and everything else.
Gorgeous.
She's a CS80. Fine. This is an iconic. This is like the Imagine piano.
I can imagine
to
a piano.
To Beatles fans, you know. I don't know, the Lost Ark to Indiana Jones, you name it, whatever. This is the dog's doodahs to me.
Well, I can't be more pleased for you. What are people in the chat saying? So you're giving away...
This one isn't mine. I can't give it away. So this was never mine.
No.
This is never mine.
No.
And it's, paperwork, the works. It's her.
So that's the one. You're gonna fight tooth and nail to hold on to it, and no other bugger will ever get a chance to grab it.
I'm prepared to do sexual favours if it's required.
I've got one here. It's a family show. So anyway, talking of iconic synths. We've heard from one of those manufacturers just in the last couple of days that they're releasing a new piece of hardware that really, really, really unusually is, let me just go full screen on this because I've not been able to bring it in here because I'm a nonce. But that really unusually, again, second week or third week in a row, they are going to be share screen. There we go. They are going to be. They're going to be releasing their own hardware, entirely self-designed, which is always a bit fun. So I'm just going to play this for you, and we'll see what happens. Are you ready, one and all? Just say yes.
Go for it.
The really good thing about this is that sometimes there's audio on these things, but apparently
on edge sometimes, let's say. And even then, you're still trying to spice things up. But before you can sprinkle the spice, you first got to grind. Bet you didn't see this one coming.
I think that's enough of that for the moment. If I can work out how to get rid of the bar or bring it up so that we're all up together. There we go. So yeah, this is the news from Behringer that they're releasing this new instrument, Grind. It's a curious piece of hardware, but it's actually rather good. I've taken a look. It's got some massive specs for what it is. So I'm just going to open up the website. So as I'm talking, don't think for a moment I didn't research this fully before the show. Stop sharing. Thank you. Yes, there we go. So where are we? 24 voices. In fact, I will share this because this is good. Even though I'm a twonk and I should have just left this on. And you know why Robbie's here. So, yeah, it's 24 digital sound engines, analog ladder filter, 32-step sequencer, and 16-voice poly chain. Or it is a bit mad. And I was listening to if you listen to the video in full length, this is actually quite a decent thing. The engines include virtual analog, wave shaper, FM, grains, rain, noise. Robbie always reads these things out whilst they're on screen. The funny thing is, I often wonder why, because you're reading it as well. But just in case you're listening, Dust DX7, TD3 bassline, wave generator, and Vox. And it's got a 24 dB ladder filter, so that's all rather lovely. The thing is, this is launching. I mean, and look at all of the holes, the CV ins and outs on this. There's a huge number of them. It's really quite a decently well-spec thing. How much do you think, Kent?
170 quid.
You're so far out. It's 169 quid.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't even close.
Yeah.
So, what's your feelings on this? Did you have a look at? Did you get a chance to have a look at the video when you were rebuilding your?
I had a little quick peruse of this little thing, and at that price, wow, basically.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a style of hardware design that has really taken root now, and is quite a sensible way of doing things. So yeah, this is going to be quite a good seller, definitely.
Well, I think
that kind of price, I was thinking maybe I'll just get one as well.
The thing is, they've come out with quite a few things recently that are their own that are really not bad, and I kind of look back at what they've done historically and think, why didn't you just go this route in the first place? But I suppose they're building up, If they carry on like this, they're going to start actually building a reputation for really, really good synths. their own unique things, which is kind of what we were asking of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unique might be a strong word, but it's definitely something. They're pulling away from just trying to do reasonable copies of things from yesteryear. So, I mean, the filter sounds, like it's probably very loosely based on Moog type filter. The VCO is probably loosely based on, some other various modules that probably already exist. But it's, at the end of the day, it's just,
But it's hard to ignore. I mean, that
all
kind of
cakes
thing
are made with the same ingredients. It's just the amounts and how you deal with it. So.
Exactly. And I noticed they did have some nice saturation things going on. Sorry, I'm just filling up my doofer, which I shouldn't. They did have some nice saturation things. It's got the built-in sequencer, which is pretty good. Swing time as well on there.
Yeah.
But just the amount of ins and outs are, it's quite extraordinary for that price. And it's got MIDI. It's pretty. That's pretty impressive. That really is. What are people saying in the chat? Yeah. So here we go. Let me go to chat comments, because that way I can post some of these, unless you want to, young Kent. So here's Scott. Yeah. That's been getting a lot of attention. Again, they've copied, nicked, ripped off, done whatever, put out something, but it's a fraction of the cost. And it's 16 voice quality.
When you're selling things that cheaply, there has to be a trade-off.
Yeah.
And the trade-off will be, the machines will not have a robust longevity to them. Which, but at those prices, I mean, try and look after them as best you can and not get too heavy-handed with them.
Yeah.
And, for that money, you'd be all right.
So, do we want to look at some more hardware, or do we want to have a look at some software, some news? What
I'm
fancy?
easy. Go for it.
No, you tell me what you do.
No, I'm fine. You go.
Oh, my goodness.
Bang them out as you find them.
Well, here's an interesting one, and I think, let me just have a look. I think I may even have this as a video which I downloaded, ready to go. I do. So yeah, take a look at this, ladies and fumes. There you have it. There you have it. The Basilisk. And from the same people that bought you the Freak FM generative. I think it's using the sequencer from that as well. In fact, let me just bring this up on screen so we can see it together with both of us. Here we go. Oh, let me add it to the stage. There we go. So, yeah, this is from the same people who bought you the Freak. This is kind of an interesting thing. Again, I think like they've done before, it's got this open build, as it were. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot going on here. Some really nice things happening. I like the sounds. I've been sort of mulling over this one because you can get it in kit form. So let's talk about price. So in kit form, I think it's $240 as a kit, DIY. And if you buy it fully assembled, it's $310. Now, that's not a bad price. It's not a bad price at all, one way or another. But the thing is, although it's not a bad price, it doesn't have MIDI. It does allow you to route things through its filters, so it's got an input, as it were, an audio input. Is this something that's ticking your boxes? Because it's generative. I suppose that's the main thing. Is it something that's ticking your boxes, Ken?
I'm liking the sound of it, actually, which is my main interest in this. If it doesn't have MIDI, does it have CV syncing or what?
It does. It will. You can only use sync. That's the only sort of way of syncing it is to use sync.
Not the end of the world, is it?
No.
So no, I like the idea of this.
So dual oscillators with source, square, and pulse. Via you can control them manually or via LFO. Neat sounding detune control, which seems to suggest you don't have as much individual control of each of the oscillators. In fact, it sounds like the kind of engines that we're seeing on these kinds of things now, where it's two oscillators at the same time, and you're looking at the duty cycle and whatever between them. But guess what? They can sound really, really good, really big. So filters, but low pass, resonant, high pass, non-resonant. There's also filter drive from -20 to +20 saturated overdrive. So that's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. I think the two selling points on that one for me is the fact that it's kit, and if there are some components there that sort of like, well, they're not the greatest quality. Get better quality components to put in, to give it more longevity or whatever. And the fact that it doesn't really come with a case, so I can sort of like call up the Carvera and cut me out a nice case for it and everything like that. And something to do in the evenings when Fiona's watching dreadful programs on TV.
But is this a desktop? I'm just trying to work out. Is this desktop or is it a Euro rack? Because it looks like it would fit very nicely in some Euro rack space, doesn't it?
It's quite possible. Yeah, it's quite possible. He's
Oh, it's a tabletop. There we go.
It is tabletop, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world either. So yeah, I like it.
And I quite like the generative sequencing on it as well. That's always something that's a bit fascinating.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, there we have it. The Basilisk hybrid baseline exploration synthesizer. When it's due out, let's have a look. Is it out now already? Blah 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 blah. Available from October the 8th, so next week. So if you've got some pennies to spend, don't spend them yet, because we might have one or two other things for you to spend them on. So that is the Basilisk. How about that? We're rattling through stuff now, aren't we?
Yes.
And it's 7:45. So we've got a few things yet to cover. Do you think we should cover? I think I would quite like to cover a certain someone who we're very good friends of. The programs are, the channel's a very good friend of.
Of course, yeah.
Should we do this? So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been in touch with, we've heard from Michelle Moog Kusa this week. We've been talking about some things and the stuff coming up that you all become familiar with, as it were. And we had a letter from her, which I'm just going to bring up and read some bits from. I don't know how many of you know, but there's been some terrible weather over in the States, and a hurricane that never goes as far inland as somewhere like Asheville did. It did. And I'm just going to read a few select bits from her mail to us, because it hit the Museum very badly. Not particularly because of physical damage. Let me show you a couple of things. So here's the front of the museum. You can see the board from the front up here, up the top, dropped down and smashed into the window. So it's broken one of the windows, which is, it's bad enough, but it wasn't badly damaged. And from the front, you'll see the same thing again. You can see the board at the top there drop down. That's not really the issue. That's really not the issue. So the issue is, in her own words, blum, 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 blum. Where are we? Right. Museum has been closed since last Friday. Now, the reason it's been closed is Asheville. The Museum itself is actually on a little hill, so it didn't get flooded. It was one of those places in Asheville which didn't get flooded. The water didn't rise up and do it. Didn't get flooded by rainwater. However, the rest of Asheville has been hit really badly, and the big issue is that it has killed the water supply. It's not damaged the water supply; it's destroyed it, according to Michelle. Electricity has been out. It's back in places now, more coming, as it were. The internet's out completely. It's ruined roads. It has caused a massive issue there, and it looks like it's going to be affecting the Asheville area, the businesses, for months. Just putting back the water system is probably going to, well, she thinks 1 to 3 months. It could be longer.
Yeah.
Now, the reason this matters is about 95% of museums' income comes from visitors, and there are no hotels anymore. They're not going to, well, rather, they haven't all been destroyed, but they can't operate without water, electricity, internet, all of that stuff. A lot of them did get damaged, and because visitors can't stay, 95% of the visitors come from outside of Asheville. That means their revenue is going. What she's saying is between the closure and eventual opening, they're going to have drastically decreased tourism. They're likely to sustain somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000 of loss from here until the end of the year. Now, that may not sound like a lot for a large company, but remember, this is a foundation. Every penny counts, and we know that the Museum and the Moog Foundation have had had a pretty thin year of it, as it were. So, I would really, really like to encourage you all. We've got, I said to her, I would ask you lovely lot out there. They need help. So, if you can, everyone's asking you for money, but it's not yet Christmas. They're not asking you for Christmas money, so get in a couple of months early. If someone could pop this up into the chat, that would be brilliant. So, go on to the BMF, the Bob Moog Foundation, and use their contribute page. Contribute to BMF. Give what you can. If it's £1 or $1 or $5 or 10 or 5,000, whatever it is, anything you can do to help them would be really, really gratefully received, because they are going to struggle through this. Other ways you can do that is to become a member. Join the BMF. They have all sorts of packages there that are available. You can also support them by buying from their online store, buying kit, stuff, merch from their online store. And please do, because they will get, they'll get it to you. The thing is, anything you buy from their online store, clearly everything's shut down there at the moment. Even getting the plate glass in, by the way, because there's so much property damage there, it's going to be a long time before anyone can get round to putting some plate glass on the front of a shop. Right? So they can't open whilst it's like that. So anything you can do, buying stuff from their shop, it may take a little longer to get to you. In fact, it almost certainly will. And then the last thing you can do is, from time to time, the BMF and the Moog Museum have raffles that come up. If one comes up fairly soon, can I encourage you to both participate in that, so you might win something significant if you do, or just buy tickets for other people, buy tickets for family and friends, buy tickets for people that don't watch this channel but would really value having some lovely kit, whatever it happens to be, and something iconic. Whatever you do, if you've got any way of helping, and if you can spread the word and share all of this dreadful news around, Michelle and ourselves, we'd very much appreciate your doing that. They need help. And the last thing is why help them? They're another museum, they're another charity. Well, the thing is, for several reasons. Primarily, it's because the Bob Moog Foundation does amazing work with children. It has free educational resources that it puts out to the world, and people use it. You go onto their website and you can find these educational resources that teach people about sound. And I know, and that it's been proven, that once you know about sound, how sound works, how a synthesizer works, the principles of sound, that teaches you so much about all of the creative and technical industries that we're all involved in. And that's good for everyone, and they're hoping to spread it further across the world. But please do give them a hand. And the last reason is, of course, it's because it's Moog. It's the Moogseum. It's the heritage of Bob Moog. And Michelle's been running this, and it's kind of had a bit of a tough time, but now, boom. And Bob's the progenitor of all of this stuff, all the stuff we do, we know. To a very large extent, even contemporary music as we know it has been irrevocably brought to us through the technologies that Bob and his team created. And it would be a real good testament to him if we can make sure that this keeps going. I will try to get these posted up again later on in the show, but please do, if you can, support Michelle and the Bob Moog Foundation. Would you like to say anything about that, Kent?
I am personally going to donate £400 tonight. I can't afford it, but bollocks to it. But yeah, I'm doing £400 to them tonight, and hopefully, some sort of a cushion somewhere, getting tied in them over, because that's all they need. They need to be tied over the period where Asheville is basically put back together, because they rely so heavily on, as you say, on the people coming to Asheville and visiting the museum. So, there's other irons in the fire, obviously, but yeah, it's important. It's important to me that the foundation survives this latest attack, as it were, because it is the everything in this room can be linked back to Bob's work, in sometimes very tenuously, but it can be done. It's important. It's the same, with ARP as well, from that era as well, and they should, they're bringing young people in, bringing them in and showing it how it all happened and everything. If it was anything else, it would be under some sort of government funding, and it would be looked after, as it were, national heritage and all that sort of stuff. But it's not. So.
And here's the thing: are there any federal, statewide support funds for charity foundations like this? Now, there may be. We don't know. But what we do know about the funds like this is they take time to come through. They've got to get through until then. They've got to get through. They've got to keep the doors open. They've got to pay the bills. They've got to do all the stuff they've got to do.
Yeah.
And it's difficult keeping these kinds of operations going. So I've no idea if there is, and maybe there will be at some point, but it takes time for those to bleed down to the people that need it. And I think this kind of incident is going to be very hard for them to navigate through. I know Michelle's coming back. She's in the south of France at the moment. So let me get rid of that. So she's been touring Europe, doing some things. She's at the AES show, I think, tomorrow or whatever. She'll be back on Thursday. The fortunate thing is she was touring, because guess what? Now that Asheville's shut down, all of the staff have not had access to the internet, often electricity or water. They can't do all sorts of other things. So the entire operation, the entire Moog Foundation operation has fallen onto Michelle's shoulders while she's abroad. I was talking to her and she said that the grace of God, if had come on this tour, I'd have been there and we'd have had nothing going out. So she's managing just about to keep it together. So please do, if you can give anything, do. I don't think there's an awful lot more I can say about that, but yeah, please do. I think we've done that to death, as it were. Kent?
Yes. Yeah.
It's the detail you add that I love. So I was going to do a SynthFest pre-show call for Robbie, but he came in and told us all about it at L17, etc. We'll get to that again later on. Yeah. So not forgetting the stand next week. So shall we have a look at something that's really, really cutting edge? Do you think? Let's see if we've got it.
Yeah.
What? Oh, well done.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, I'm going to throw
man.
200. I'm going to throw 250 quid at it as well. Like Kent, it's not the most financially brilliant time for any of us, but I'm going to throw 250 quid at this because
Well, let's just say I'm going to have to work Sunday as well now. But hey, whatever.
When don't you? When don't
we'll
you?
Get it. Well, yeah, that's true. I suppose. Yeah.
So I'm going to bring up something that's to just lighten the mood a little. Although don't stop giving. So if I get rid of this, go away. I'm trying to get rid of something that's on screen. What?
Another donation.
Why won't it go? Another one. Stop screen. There we go. Right. So now I'm going to present again. Share screen. I'm sorry this is so shambolic, all of you out there, but you'll know why now, because this is what we've all been waiting for, which is, are you ready? Yep. How could you resist? So, Duolingo, who are notable for language courses, teaching people to speak French or English or Turkish or Arabic or Welsh. Lovely. They've got an app which is very, very popular. They do all sorts of things with it, and they've decided that they're going to get into music tuition as well. Now, it turns out that they have music courses. I wasn't aware of it, nor was Robbie, as far as I can see, or anyone else. So they've got their music courses, and what they wanted was a piece of hardware to go with it. So they've got this thing, which is a keyboard that's, 37 notes? It's velocity sensitive, 3 octaves, velocity sensitive, built-in battery and loudspeakers with a USB sustain and headphone connectors. And there it is, dedicated something, USB-C, as I said, little stand to put your phone on so you can join in and do whatever. Now, I've got no idea about this. I've not actually had a chance to look too closely. But I'm
so
just
is it using the phone as the sound engine or what?
No, as far as I can tell. So what I'll do, let me see if I can get this. Here we go.
Oh, there's a little viddy. Yeah, okay.
Let's see if I can
Oh,
get
thank God they do it in more than just lime green.
That's always a good thing. Right, hold on.
Go on then.
Let me go full screen on this. Are we hearing this? We might be. Let me just change what we're... Remove. Stop screen. Present. Yeah, I know. This isn't as slick as weasel shit, is it? But let's see what it sounds like. Here we go. And full screen. Bang. move it forward a little, I think, because I'm from this video, correct me if I'm wrong, Kent, I'm seeing an awful lot of this chap playing that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. As a video, as an advert for this, I don't get it. It's a nice enough sound, it's portable, it does its thing, but there's quite a few of those out there. So let me come out of this, let me come to...
So what is its pricing?
It's 249 quid. $249. It's available for pre-order, but if you want to learn... What I don't get about this, if you want to learn, if it's doing music courses where it will teach you, I'm assuming keyboard skills, maybe notation, maybe vocal stuff, I don't know. But if that's what you're doing it on a tiny wee little thing like this, surely we should be seeing someone using an app and learning, rather than someone who is clearly a gifted player playing.
Is this
3
included
octaves.
in the price when you purchase the keyboard?
I don't know.
Because
it doesn't say.
There are other keyboards you could use that are cheaper to learn on.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's have a look. As always, blah, blah, blah. Muscle memory will be messed up, blah, blah, blah. You have to adjust to bigger keys. So I think there's some reservations out there already. So it's identical to the standard Loog Piano. Now, where do I know the Loog from? Kent, where have I heard that name before? Of the Loog Piano.
Ah, yes, the Loog Piano. You play it and then you better leave it for 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't play that for 10 minutes, mate.
This.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure this is particularly for our show, but it doesn't say
if
whether
it,
or not
if it comes
is
with,
included.
of course, an app or whatever, hence the phone sitting on it, you buy the piano, it comes with an app that will teach you how to play and teach you music, then it's a nice package. It is a nice package.
Yeah,
so
I think we need more info on this. I have to say,
but it is a very closed package because it doesn't appear to have any MIDI or anything on it. So it's not like you could carry on using it as because once you've learned how to play.
If it's using USB-C,
I'm not seeing any plugs on it. Are you?
No, well there is that.
So I don't know. So it makes it a bit closed off. So once you are starting to learn, you can't bring it with you, as it were, as you buy other machines and connect them together. If it does, or it's Bluetooth, even, who knows?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it is Bluetooth, but it's. It's an interesting
they say
thing.
Kosh says they mention USB-C, so you can take that with you and still use it as a controller as well as because as everybody in the chat will know. You learn how to play a little, and then you start that lifelong journey of being constantly in debt as you buy more and more gear. And you can bring this with you,
Yeah.
So, at least for a while. Or hand it down to the kids, the next gen.
Well, yeah. I have to say, I'm not deeply impressed. Listen, if someone out there wants to learn and that gives them a good way to do it, great, wonderful.
Oh yeah. Well, I learnt on a chord organ. I would have rather have had that if possible. Yeah.
And I think having any kind of keyboard, but as you say, there are others out there that have more sounds. Would others? I mean, this is teaching you technique, I'm assuming, or scales, or harmony, harmonic theory, notation.
Yeah,
I'm assuming. And if that's what it's doing, then okay. But there are other things out there where, personally, I'd have wanted to get in deep and dirty into lots of different sounds. And
well, like I say, if it comes with a collection of lessons within, so like when you buy the keyboard and there's a little card in there, you download the app and enter the number, and you've got access to a teaching course for a small child or whatever. Then yeah, it's worth it, but.
So there's a lot of support for this in the chat.
I'm trying to be positive here.
So was I. I don't like it. I don't get it.
I've already been accused of like the trouble with that bloody Spong bloke. If it ain't a Moog 3P or a CS80, he thinks everything's shite. And I'm trying to be positive about these things. Come on, give me a break, guys. Come on. No, if you're 6 and you want to learn how to play, you could go this route. Then if the lessons are built in. Otherwise, it's pretty overpriced.
Otherwise, it's additional cost.
It's a bit overpriced for what it is. If it's just that.
So I think one would just move on from that, because that doesn't really, I have to say, interest me massively.
I don't think it will interest anybody here, actually.
I think that's probably right. So instead of that, I'm just going to bring up something else here. Let's have a look. Where are we? So, let's talk about this.
Robbie needs one.
I'm going to tell him you said that. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Let's get some green felt to put all over his DX1.
Get down the snooker hall, nick it from underneath someone whilst they're playing.
Put little pockets in the corners. Yeah, excellent. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's the Ray Reardon DX1. Well, Steve
Might sound
Davis.
better as well.
It's doing the Steve Davis journey the other way round.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So
learn how to play snooker on your keyboard.
Yeah. So talking of such things, there is it's Bandcamp Friday. Is it today or is it next week? I can't remember. Where are we?
Well, there's nothing like being informed, is there?
Well, no, and I'm nothing like being informed. So,
I'm your sidekick.
You're my sidekick. Bloody hell. You poor bugger. When is it? Let's just have a look. When is Bandcamp Friday? It is today.
It is today. There you go.
So, talking of such things, let me share a screen and try and get something right just for once. Pretty please. Ta-da! There we go. So on Bandcamp Friday, there is, from Roland, they're doing this deal where for the month of October, I think it is, you can, 3 months. We're offering exclusive 3-month Roland Ultimate Studio Suite completely free. So you can access up to 50 iconic Roland virtual instruments, from the legendary TR-808 drum machine to the essential Juno 106 synth, plus many others, all on Roland Cloud. So they're doing something quite good here. Now, I know they're going to be using it to drive people, try it out for free, and how many will then hang on and keep using it. But it gives people a chance for 3 months to try and do something, maybe someone that hasn't got a load of other stuff already, or doesn't have that many plugins or whatever. You get the chance for 3 months completely free of charge to have their ultimate collection and to start writing stuff, start playing with it. So I think this is a really good thing. What do you think, young Kent?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as soon as I get hard drives to be able to put anything on, I'll let you know.
Well, I'm sorting that out for you.
I know you are, thank you very much. But at the moment, I've only got the internal drive now, which is kind of full up and doesn't actually have any musical software on it. It was all on the extended drive that died.
Oh, God. But here you go, and at the end of your 3 months, you can claim 50% off a lifetime key purchase for one-time transaction of instruments and sound collection. So, that's not a bad deal, getting you into there.
Not.
And so Roland are doing that lovely thing. That's very good of them. I know we've had a few of their things on recently. We had the piano that they released for their cloud, and we had, what was it last week? Was it strings? No. A synth of some sort. What was it they released last week?
Don't know, I wasn't looking.
No. So there we go, because you don't, whatever. But they're doing that. And in the meantime, something else that's kind of interesting. Let me change this screen to present, in the meantime, on the same topic. Here we go. Someone else that's doing something rather lovely is Scanner Vibrato. It's a plugin.
Oh,
It's a virtual effect plugin that's being given away for free by Martinique. So, it's the vibrato effect from a Hammond tone wheel, from a Hammond organ, a model closely on the original Scanner Vibrato, which, here's the thing, that vibrato is really good, and it's been used by guitarists and people playing clarinets and pianos and all sorts of things, electric pianos. It's a great sound, and it's free. It's free. So that's rather lovely. Jump in. I don't know if anyone's got the link. We'll try and remember to post all of these up in the chat. Let's just see. I don't know if anyone's actually popping this up in chat or not. So let me just copy and paste that into the chat now.
no, there he is. Andy's already done it.
Thank you, Andy. You're an absolute beaut. So I can now... Yeah, I don't have to post it. Great. So I can get rid of all of that. So yeah, a freebies. And we like Bandcamp Friday and the kind of deals that are going round. You can get a chance. You're not paying the fees. I think, do they do no fees, or is it very limited fees they do? I can't remember. Is it no fees for artists on Bandcamp Friday?
Yeah, no idea.
Wagyu, anyone who can tell me? Is it no fees? So is Bandcamp Friday no fees for artists? You just buy the stuff, and all of that goes straight to them. Is that right?
Well, there is a free reverb available today, according to Steve Elbows.
Okay, post some stuff in. That's always good to know.
Which is just as well, because I think vibrato is my least favourite effect of all time.
It's an odd one.
I've never liked it.
I didn't used to like it, but then I started using it with things like guitars and even basses, and occasionally with cymbals. I used it on all sorts of things, especially if you can sync it. It does some wonderful stuff, and it is quite a unique sound. On a whirly, it's rather nice.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but slow, but not
slow or whichever you can do that do for. But it's a lovely thing. So yeah, freebie, go grab it.
What's that? Vibrato versus spring reverb. Oh, no contest. They both should go in the blender.
And there,
I hate spring reverbs with so much passion. I do beg your pardon, but yeah.
So, okay. Well, look. In which case, let me see if I can find something else. Would you like instead to take a look at what do we have here? I don't want that. Do we have? Oh no, we've got it in. We've got it in our brand thing. So let's get rid of that.
Yeah, Kent's hate is back.
Yeah. What next changes everything?
Thank you, Scott.
What?
Yes, they do.
What is this? Oh no, we did that. Let's try this.
Go on.
Let's just try this. So, there you have it. That is, let me add it to the stage, Polivera. I was going to say Suono Buono Polivera, but I think I'll just go with Polivera. It's rather a lovely looking thing, I've got to say, and it sounds rather gorgeous. It's from an Italian-Swedish pairing, as it were, or company.
Okay.
I mean, I quite like the look of that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me. Does it remind you at all of some of the red. My brain's gone completely today. Red keyboardy stage one synth thingy, Swedish.
Nord.
Remind. Thank you. Does it remind you of the Nord stuff?
The Nord Dubry whatnot? Yeah.
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 The
I know,
Nord.
yeah.
This is where Robbie comes in. You see, he knows all the names and the people. He points at things. Oh, yes, I remember meeting Quentin that day, and he had with him a scroggler. But
Well, it wouldn't be let's face it, it wouldn't be the first time that the people in the chat are more informed than the people on the show.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, come on.
In my case, that's absolutely the case.
Yeah, all day long. Right.
But here we go. So we did mention this earlier this month, I know, and it's kind of an interesting thing. 6 voices, 2 oscillators each. They are digital, as you can see. I'm reading to you what you can read for yourself. But according to the company's homepage, Oscillator 1 is a wavetable oscillator with a sub, whilst Oscillator 2 can be a wavetable oscillator or a sampler. And that's rather nice.
Come on, bottom line.
It's a crowded market, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did like the sound of it. So what is the bottom line on this one?
Well, here's the thing. I was trying to find that out earlier, and I don't think it's for release yet. I don't think it's actually been released. So it's coming, you can, they've announced it, and they're doing some dev work, and you saw that video. There we go. So it's Suono Buono. Terrible. An Italian-born developer living and working in Sweden made a name for himself with devices like the NABC sidechain compressor and laser gesture controller. And he's now announced this much bigger project. So it doesn't say how much, but it does say that the company that's building it, that he's doing this for, is Roma Modulaire, who opens its doors on September the 27th, 2024. That was a week ago. So as you can tell, I'm now blithering. Kent, would you care to blither better than me?
I'd like this, but like you said, it's a very crowded market in that area. And its price will be what separates it from the wheat and the chaff, essentially.
I'm just going to try and get a little bit more of this on here. Go away, advertisement. No, doesn't make any odds. There we go. So, it's an odd one. I don't know enough about it. It sounds pretty decent, to say the least. It looks like it's got a lot of knobs and controllers, but it's all going to be about the cost. Any thoughts from our guys? Look at where to buy. What? Look at the where to buy, and it's sold out. So I'm not sure I'm talking about something that's already been out, sold out, and is going to come out again. This was in our news items. Hang on a minute.
Oh.
Hang about a minute.
Oh dear.
Was that an awkward silence?
Yeah, I think that was long enough. Yep.
So, no idea. It's gone now. I've got rid of it. And instead of that, whilst we've still got 40 minutes to kill, and it's getting a bit thin on the ground, young Mr. Kent. Let's have a look. What else do we have? We've got... Oh, this is kind of interesting, I think, but I don't know because I've not read this yet. So, do you want to talk to the lovely audience? Oh, yes, it is interesting. It's a new platform. It's a new platform. Let me bring this lovely little thing up. I know I did that. Is it... Well, that wasn't what I had in mind, but apparently, shut up, there we go. We meant that. That was entirely meant. So apparently there is something new coming, and a certain colleague of ours is going to be doing some announcements on that. That's the teaser trailer. That's all we know about it. It's coming, I think, next week sometime. So you're going to hear some news from those people at Roli. Any guesses, Kent, without knowing?
No. It's I doubt that it will be, oh my god, kind of thing. I don't know. Got a vibe.
Haven't they got a history of saying something amazing is going to come out and it's been more of the same?
I do believe there was a point when we have re-revolutionised everything, blah, 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 blah. The best thing to come out since the Roli Rise, blah, 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 blah. And that turned out to be the Luma, which was just a keyboard where the keys light up. You know, okay. So, I don't know.
Here's the thing. Roli...
Personally, I think I've got enough Rolis now.
Yeah, I think Roli get a lot of... they're very, very Marmite. You love them or you hate them. I think there's an awful lot of that. What I will say for them is, yes, they haven't done anything as innovative as the Seaboard, but how many did that sell, and to whom? And did it become popular, and did it sustain the company? No, they took a change of direction, regardless of what you think of their business, of the business practices of various different companies. They took a change of direction and went for a more affordable something, and it has really helped. It's really helped. And they've done some good things. They're doing a lot of really good adverts. Lots of people seem to be buying this. So they've found a way to navigate through some pretty turbulent waters and times. I'm sure, I know that through COVID, etc., they were having a time, as was everyone. But they seem to have navigated through it now, through various different processes. What's your take on that? Because you know what it's like when you're creating instruments. It can be difficult you can get the thing done, but then what? So what's your take on that?
I don't really know. See what I'm noticing here, like Stark in the chat here says he has 4 broken Roli 49s. And if there's something Roli really, really, really need to get sorted out, is some sort of fucking support. Look after the ones, after the people who've already bought these bloody things.
Here's Andy's take on this, which I think that's been expressed a few times as well for them, for all the management.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, when you look at the Seaboard Grand is when you compare it to what was existing before, is incredibly innovative, and 5-dimension control and all this sort of thing. It was practically unheard of, apart from the Harcon, but suddenly there's no parts for them, And if you spend $5,000, on a keyboard that can only actually do 16 sounds on board, you need support, and you need support that lasts more than 20 minutes. And it's the same with these Roli Rises. I've already had to repair my own Roli Rise, my
really?
Mark 1, twice. I've had to repair it because its weak spot is where the USB socket is, and it pulled the USB socket clean off the board, and I had to repair that.
Wow. Given that's how it, primarily how you interact with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's that when I spoke to Roli about let's face it, they're up the road from me. I said, well, look, can you give us the part number of the whatever it was USB socket that you used? Rather than take it all apart and find out, and then it has to sit around open. Just tell me what the part number is, so I can order it from RS or Rapid or wherever.
Or wherever, yeah.
And the guy I spoke to said, I don't know. So support needs to be better. It's not just a question of coming out with great products to make people want to go out and buy them or invest the hours and hours and hours and hours that are required to learn how to play them even vaguely competently. They need to be supported.
But that's for the membrane ones, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, actually, to be honest with you, it'll be the same for the Luma. Won't be any different for that.
Yeah, I guess.
They seem to make enough parts to make the units they sell, and then you go, right, they're on their own. Right, what else are we doing? You know.
Well, I think Wagyu
another champagne, another yacht.
Wagyu has. I think he may actually have what they're teasing. I think he may have found it. Here we go. Are you ready?
Mm. Ah.
Mm. And I'm often sleepless, and I would like to compose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great observation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be some new form of weird-shaped rubber controller thing that comes with its own Tinder account.
Do you remember this time last year? Was it this time last year? We were. No, it was before this. It was about 15 months ago. We started speculating about what this beastie might be, and we came up with all sorts of ideas. And we were so far off the mark in in most of the ways, but they delivered this. So with Roli, who knows? It could be a piece of chalk, talking chalk, with a musical wand.
God, is there any other news?
Yeah, there might be.
Because basically we talk about nobody really knows what the hell it is, and we're trying to talk about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? I thought that's what we did.
Yeah, Roli should come with their own Tinder account. Yeah, that's true.
Right, let's just do this. Here we go.
Go for it.
Here's another something. This is something I know an awful lot not about, but we'll give it a go. We're doing this
So
from...
professional.
Yeah, I know. We're slicker than anything.
Yeah, you tell me.
That's what happens when you're busy. Here we go.
Go for it.
Let's have a look at this little puppy.
Soundbox is AudioModern's brand new MPE virtual instrument platform for desktop and iPad OS. The Soundbox plugin can host up to 4 sample layers with extensive sound controls, effects, modulation, an arpeggiator, a vector engine, full-featured sound editor, and customizable instruments, which you can import, export, and share with other users. In this video, I'll break down all the features and controls of Soundbox and show you what you can do with it. There's a lot to talk about, so I'll focus on the features and go easy on the sound examples to keep the video snappy. Before we dive into the features of Soundbox, let's take a moment to understand the way content is organized. The upper content tier is a pack which contains a number of presets. A preset contains up to 4 layers, each of which contains a group. A group is a collection of sounds.
Let's hear how it sounds, what it does.
Skip through the presets with the arrow button.
You know, he said snappy. He did say snappy, didn't he?
He did. I remember him saying snappy.
Righty-ho.
Go for it.
Create a new source, which opens the sound editor. Clearing the layer removes the source.
God's teeth. Demonstrate something.
Saw and sequencer. The LFO can cycle forwards, backwards, or back and forth in ping-pong mode.
Ken, you know how delighted
Change
I
the
am.
LFO speed by dragging the mouse up and down on the
By
tempo
videos
fields,
that don't
or
get to the
double-click and
point.
enter a value.
You know, show me what it does.
This is with the browser
Don't
bar
tell
on
me.
the top.
Oh, there's some sound.
The vector pad enables you to seamlessly blend
Okay, let's just...
text and
Cut
preview the
the-
groups the preset considers.
I'm not an awful lot wiser based on that. You?
What is it?
Yeah. So let's go to the bit of the screen that says share screen, and we'll go
Yes,
to
fair
the site.
dues. It is an overview rather than an intro video.
But
so.
what of? So what it's an overview of is this. Here we go. Let's go to the very top. One platform, infinite sounds. Your all-in-one musical machine. So it sounds like it's a sort of what's the Falcon or something
Or
like
Contact.
that. A virtual powerful instrument platform. So it's a whole platform. MPE sampler, customizable MPE sampler. Don't we have MPE samplers already?
We do.
Okay. Introducing the first of our evolving collection. So it's an instrument. It's another Contact or something like that, isn't it?
Essentially, yes.
Right. So what is? I'm just wondering. What is the key feature that makes it wonderful?
Did they employ a fisherman to come in and do the video?
I think they did. There we go. You can buy all of this. You can buy all of the instruments in one bundle for €78. I've no idea what the instruments are like, but you get all of that for 78 euros. So it's another sample playback library.
So it's not
with all sorts
hideously priced or anything, is it?
No, it's not. That could be, but I don't get any sense from watching that video of what it's capable of. Anyone in the chat? Not for you, Scam. Hi, Abiki. Hi.
I must admit, I didn't see or hear anything that isn't massively or readily available. A new platform suggests to me that integration is not very high up on the priority list.
I'm kind of with Nick here. It's a very slick looking website. It was presented in what seemed to be like a kind of a slick way, but it didn't say anything, and it took forever telling me about what something does rather than, we like music, we like sounds. Show me what it can do. Show me how it works so I can see and hear what's going on at the same time. Seeing a bunch of animated screens with a voice telling me what it would be able to do if you were able to hear it doesn't really thrill me. And I didn't hear any sounds there that made me go, ooh. I didn't hear an orchestral pack or I didn't hear anything particularly staggering. I didn't hear any. The sequencing looks okay and the modulation looks sort of okay, but I can't tell. I didn't hear enough of it. It's an odd one, isn't it?
Well, when you said that it was a thin news week, I didn't know you meant fucking anorexic.
Have you heard of Chromium?
No.
Okay, in the Cosmo small piece, I don't know. So introducing the first of our evolving collection. So there's 3 packs. New Age and Cinematic Vocals, Contemporary Abstract Strings. Ooh, Keys and Beyond. Didn't hear any of that in there. It looks like a quite capable thing. If you want to take a chance on something, and you've not heard it, you can go and try and find some more by visiting their site. If I have a look on their site, all products, Soundbox, Loop Mix, Playbit, Chord Jam. Do we know these people? Freezer, GateLab, Panflow, Filter Step. I'm not familiar with any of this. Are you?
No, but that's probably where the new platform thing comes in and plays a part.
Okay. Expansions. Let's have a look at creative expansions. Well, they seem to have an awful lot of expansion packs for something, whether or not it's the same thing or it's one of their other products. So it looks like they're trying to do Contact or native instruments stroke our friends with the Polybrute, Arturia stroke Universal stroke whatever. There's just it seems like it's a whole thing they're trying to build.
I think there needs to be more going on there yet before I could make up my mind about it. So it appears to be a in development, shall we say.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to bring that back because it's a positively skeletal. Steve Elbows keeps talking about, where are we? Where have you put this reverb from TAL? The TAL G-Verb, not free. Let's have a search.
I think Biscuit thinks we're not doing a very good job this week, and he might be right.
Yeah, well, we're doing a shit job, but there's nothing, we had no time.
Well, cat's away.
I'm shit. Well, we'll just chat away. It's a pub. It's a pub, isn't it? TAL G-Verb. Here we go.
Go on.
Let's have a look. New verb. Synth anatomy. No, TAL. There we go. TAL G-Verb. Let's just have a look at this and see if we can do anything with this. So, you've asked about it, and here it is. TAL G-Verb. Is this the one you were talking about, Mr. Elbows? $48. So, shall we have a quick look at the YouTube vid?
Come on then.
Let me just try and pull it up, because that's what we want. Stop screen, start screen, go and screen share. TAL G-Verb. There we go. Let's have a look.
You going to do it? Andrew? You going to run it?
So I've just been playing this without showing it, haven't
Yeah,
I?
we thought you were the only one out of all of us that was actually seeing this video. For a minute there, we're going,
What an absolute...
I hope he doesn't start playing with himself while he's watching this.
What an absolute shower I am.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah, works much better when you add it. Yeah.
Could you hear it?
No.
Oh,
We were
right,
just
here we
watching
go.
you, sort of like just staring into space.
Righty-ho. I hope you were talking, because I have no idea what was going on
No,
there.
we were all here stunned.
Righty-ho. Here it is. This is rather nice, Robbie. I think there's enough there to be able to make a call on it, as it were. Robbie, that's rather nice. Or not.
You'll have to shout louder than that. Robbie will never hear you.
What?
Well, you keep saying Robbie.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, the drugs has finally kicked in.
now the drugs have finally worn off.
Right. First point. it's a nitpick, but if you're going to make a video demonstrating the sound of something, can we have it in stereo, please? Don't release a mono video. What the hell? It sounded pretty good in terms of what I was hearing, but it was in mono, which is very bizarre.
I thought I was hearing it in stereo, but no, you're right.
No, it was mono. It was like...
You're right. It was 2 channels, but both the same.
It was 2 channels of everything stuck right there, with absolutely no mixing, compression, or anything going on at all.
That said, you did actually, from the beginning, hear what it does. So the drum things was a good demonstration of some plates and reverbs, even though they weren't in stereo, rooms and whatever. So, at least it's a video that shows you what the bleeding hell is.
It looked like an interesting selection of tools, and you say this is 40 what?
40. It's on offer at the moment for 48. Where are we? I think they're doing it for $48, something like that. So on a special 20% intro discount, so it's normally $59. At the moment, it's $48 plus VAT. So
That's not bad.
$48 is about what, 36 quid, something like that. So it's about 40 quid, £40.
Yeah, I'd probably take a chance on that.
44 quid.
It looks like an interesting set of tools, the way it's set out and everything. I thought, well, yeah, you can mess about with that for a bit. God knows what you might come up with. Once I've got a hard drive to put it on, of course.
Thank you, Steve. That was a goodie. You covered some time. Yeah, that's nice. Steve, do you want to tell us? Do you want to just drop in the chat any of your thoughts about this? You recommended this, or you said, have we looked at this? It came with it completely blank, as it were, but it does sound rather good. I think I agree with Kent. It would be nice if it had been in stereo, unless we just weren't hearing it that way. Did anyone else hear it in stereo? Thank you, Manny. No, you're not, apparently. And Steve, you've just downloaded it, so effectively this was your chance to hear it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was in mono. So,
Welcome to TAL customer support. How can we help you?
Oh, he reckons your streaming setup mangled it when it is actually in stereo.
Could be. That could well be it. But there we go. We're going to just remove that. But it's a nice sounding thing. I'm going to be certainly digging in.
Oh, I mean, I can certainly fill in the gaps in my head, and it sounded okay, actually. But...
Gaps is, I think, all we've had in this show.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we?
We've still got 15 minutes.
Still got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we still got 15 minutes. So something which we haven't yet covered, which will be rather lovely, is
professionalism.
That would work. The Penguin of Death hasn't put in. There we go. Penguin of Death. So Penguin of Death has put in an appearance. That used another 5 seconds. What we haven't done is mention, we kind of covered off SynthFest with Robbie, because he's there. Let's go to Brand and do this. So, there he is. So, this is happening tomorrow at SynthFest UK, where Robbie and Peter are going to be there showing off lots and lots of EMU gear. Plus, what's Peter's system called? Was it Vampire or something like that?
Oh God, I can't remember now.
We're just so shit at this.
Oh God,
we are just so awful. But yes, it's there. It's Vampire Rack. Here it is, right here, written on the screen. So it's the Emulator X, which was the software version of the Emulator 4 on up. So it's the Emulator 4, sort of coding, or Emulator 4 Ultra coding in the Vampire Rack. He had that running as hardware. So we've got the Emax 2, we've got the Emulator 3, the E2, Emulator 2, the Emulator. There's an E4 in a rack. I think he's got a P2500 as well there. So there's a whole bunch of stuff they're going to be showing off to celebrate 40 years of Emulator 2. And I think they mentioned in the chat earlier, didn't they? They've got Phil Oakey coming along tomorrow.
Yep.
So if you're anywhere near Sheffield or you've got nothing to do, or in fact, if you've got other things to do, break those appointments, spend some of your money, go along to SynthFest UK in Sheffield, go and see the emulator stuff, go and have a chat with Robbie and Peter, who will be doing all sorts of demos, and meet the lovely Phil Oakey. I'm sure he'll be there. You know, he'd be delighted to hear from you. Apparently he likes snogging. So there's that. What I just said. And then if you can't make tomorrow, then you get a second bite at the cherry in Bristol next week, and I may well be going to that, you poor things, at Machina Bristronica. And they'll be using exactly the same kit. They may have a couple of other additional things which I may take along, you know, some other little bits. And they'll be there, and apparently the wonderful Dave Rossum. Now, here's the thing about Dave Rossum, right? I can tell you a secret, right? Which is, most people don't know this, right? This is just between you and me.
Go on.
I used to work for Emu.
No.
Yeah. I've kept it a secret all this time. And that may be coming with me. That and possibly the eSynth dance keyboard and maybe a proper E4 Ultra fully kitted out with the RFX chip, because that's a beast. So I may take that along. But go. I mean, these are really good shows. We put a lot into them. And if, regardless of whether I'm there or not, hope I'm not really, probably. Robbie's going to be there. He would love to see you. He loves meeting all the people that subscribe to the show, and, you know, in person, face to face. It's always a good thing, and it's always nice to.
Surprisingly, I won't be there.
Why is that then?
Well, I'll tell you what.
On, give us one good reason.
I
Just
don't
one good
go
reason.
out. I don't go out so much and for so long. I get sunburnt when I open the fridge.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can envisage that. I can see that as something that happens. I can. So yes, SynthFest. It's on tomorrow in Sheffield, and it's on next weekend, next Saturday as well in Bristol. Go along, see it, have a look. You know, interact. It's a good, wonderful thing, and you'll meet the lovely Robbie, who's promised me anyone that goes up to him in the stand and says, "My name's Marshall Bigfoot," he'll buy them all the coffee and cake they can eat for the whole of the day. That's what he's told me. Did I make that up?
Probably.
Yeah, I did. I made that up.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you never know your luck. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, this is an interesting one. So, I'm not going to play this because I'm not sure that we're allowed to. I'm not sure we won't get a strike on this, but I'm going to pop up this little bitty, as it were. Bitty. Okay. I'm going to pop this up. Yeah. There. So.
Ooh, a 3p.
Yeah, it's a 3p. It is a 3p.
Yeah.
And I think what's rather wonderful about this is it's been put up by a wonderful friend to our show. And it's in collaboration with Mr. Anthony Marinelli as well. So this is the story of this brilliant synth, how it came about, you know, from the day it was built, who it went to, what it was used on, how it made a big difference. This was used to do the music for the Apollo 11 launch, the Apollo 11 mission. This very machine, and it now belongs to Anthony. He's the fourth owner. And they go into it and they do a wonderful, wonderful jam at the very end as well. Alex and Anthony just do this amazing jam at the end. I'm not going to play you any of it because we'll probably get struck, but you've seen it all over our posts. Alex and Anthony always do really, really good things. Have you had a chance to look at this, Kent?
No. Trying to repair hard drives for the last 2 days, remember?
Good. So, but it is on the PSN channel. It's also on Alex Ball's channel, of course, and or on his Facebook thing. Go and have a look. Go and have a look at this. It's full of interviews. It's about 20 minutes long, worth every moment. It's a wonderful machine, and they end up doing this jam at the end, which is just epic. It's just epic as ever. Alex is a bit of a clever bunny. We love him. As is indeed Anthony. Let's just come out of this for a minute now, because we've done that. When are we getting Anthony on the show again? We need to get him back, because he was full of so many good stories.
I have no idea. No. I'm not allowed into those board meetings.
And you know, thank goodness you're here to fill in the gaps where I run out of things to say.
Actually, I create the gaps most of the time.
I dig the holes, you create the gaps.
Yeah. In between us, we get nothing. It's brilliant.
We get absolutely bugger all.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? And the funny thing is, I think we've covered. Oh no, we've missed one thing.
Really?
We have. Yeah, no, we've missed something. Where are we here? This is a bit of an odd one. Let me bring this up.
This is the odd one?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the odd one.
Oh, okay.
This apparently is the odd one. Let me see if I can get the... No, I can't. So I'm just going to come back to here. Here we go. Let me pop this up. So it's our last bit of hardware thingy. Be interested to see just how much you adore this, young Kent. So this is on Gear News. This was a little article by Robbie earlier this week, I think. And here we go. This is it. This is the Endorphin.es X Loopop Plus 3. There you go. What do you think?
Is this aimed at Eurorack users?
It's aimed at all sorts of people. It is Eurorack. Shall we play a little bit of the video, do you think?
I'm intrigued.
Let me see if I can do this one.
Hi, this is Plus 3. You can use its toggle switch as an instant drone mode. In this mode, its momentary switch lets you swap out held notes for other ones. When not holding notes, its momentary sustain switch gives you desktop control to unlock expression and timbres in the same way a foot pedal does. And its fader gives you precision control over any parameter your instrument or computer can map expression to. You can also use it with instruments that support sostenuto to drone a few notes and play on top of them. One of my favorite uses for Plus 3 is as a macro controller for build-ups and drops.
Just going to whack it forward because we are running out of time here, so...
Just want a portable sustain button to go. This works nicely. And then for the expression side, beside the fader, Plus 3 also has this little switch up front. Since there are technically two ways expression pedals can be wired, RTS or TRS, to test if the polarity is working as it should with your synth or controller.
And that's enough of that. So, you know, I'm kind of puzzled by this. I mean, it's a box with an expression fader, a switch, polarity change, and sustain, and it has an expression out and a sustain out. So, and they want €79, $79 for this. I'm a bit puzzled by this. Kent?
Well, I like to play keyboards with two hands, hence why I have an array of pedals. Yes, it is true that Siri is an expression pedal demon, who loves to lay on them and either turn them all the way up, all the way down. But you know, I have pedals that do this because I need to keep my hands on the keyboard. And if I am going to do a lot of those kind of functions, the mod wheel's just there, you know. And because like the slider was doing pretty much what mod wheels are assigned to do. It doesn't mean it's not useful as an additional controller.
But at €79,
it's the €79 that's scaring me. For 2 buttons, well, a rocker switch, a momentary button, and a slider. 25 quid, please.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was with it. It just seems.
I mean, I'd buy 3 or 4 of them then.
Yeah.
You know, you would still get your money, but I don't understand why that is 79 quid. I'm sorry.
And we're back in familiar territory now, cursing people who are releasing things that seem overpriced for what they are and wondering why they're releasing it. And like you, I've got pedals and I've got faders that I can assign. I've got all sorts of things. So I'm a bit puzzled by this one. But there it is. It's out there if someone wants it. If you got a rack.
But it looked like it had 1/4-inch TRSs on the back.
It is. And those are
So they're going to be using the pedal sockets on the back of the keyboard.
Exactly that.
Oh, that's no good to me at all. I'm sorry.
Because you're already using them.
It needs to be USB so I can put it into a hub and then send it to where I need it to do its job.
And I don't think, let me just have a look, I don't think it's got USB. So it doesn't generate MIDI, it's voltage, it's analog, it's voltage, and it's 50 quid too expensive. It's 3 times what it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's ideal for a particular niche situation that will be an absolute boon to some people.
I mean, it might be good in a modular rig, but who knows? Anyway.
Yeah, but you know how it has been demonstrated there. It wasn't showing me. It was just an alternative way of controlling things that were already present on the boards that they had. You know.
Yeah. And that, believe it or not, Mr. Kent Spong, is a show. We've managed to bimble and crunch our way through.
Yeah, a show.
Yeah. Sorry, Robbie. We squonked that. Well, I squonked that up mostly, as did Kent. We both squonked it up massively. But we got through it. Thank you all, one and all, for staying with what must have been a very, very painful experience, but we got there in the end. We did it together. That's the thing. Teamwork is not apparent.
Next time, I'll just do 2 hours of one-liner jokes.
I say. My dog's got no nose.
That's not a one-liner.
It is, because I didn't say anything else.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. There you go.
There you go, you see. And doing anything over the weekend, sir? Would you like something for the weekend?
Apart from working, I will be continuing with my, please can I have my 17 terabyte of data back, please, without having to download it again.
But you think you've got a solution for that, and it seems to have found it all, doesn't it? Fingers crossed.
Let's just say we're 5% in, and it's been running since 11 o'clock this morning. And we'll see. We'll see. But it's just the thought of having to download, was it 17,000 gig again? It's just no.
That's why I'm giving you a NAS.
Indeed.
That's why you're getting a NAS. Because, you know, with the sample, you've got more sample libraries than anyone else I know apart from Ty.
Oh, Ty's got much more than this, but he has that kind of drive system. Where I was using a mere Western Digital. What an idiot.
Well, now you're going to have a 12 drive system, so we'll work all that out. So you're going to be working so that you can keep the Moog Foundation up and running. Don't forget, folks, to like, comment and share. Don't say anything too much about us, though. Just say, we like the show generally. And subscribe if you can, if you haven't already. Do like, because likes are good. They help. Although in this case, I'm expecting to see an awful lot of the thumb downs rather than the thumbs up.
Lots of comments saying, what did I just watch?
What the flipping heck was that? What the flipping heck was that? And do support Michelle and the Moog Museum and Bob Moog Foundation. I actually said Bob Moog. God, I managed to get it right. Bob Moog Foundation.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
And thank you very much, Kent.
Yeah.
I know. Just
Right,
call me
remember, Synchrotron tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Right. What else?
Ramsey, 2 o'clock.
Oh, Ramsey's back. Good.
Yeah, Ramsey is back. And I might jump in and see if I can mess things up a bit and then jump out again. And there'll almost certainly be a pub tomorrow night because this will probably still be scanning the drive, so the computer can't turn off. So I might as well just, fire up a StreamYard and do a pub while it goes on.
Good. And we're going to the theatre tomorrow night, a local production.
Oh no, SynthFest tomorrow. Do beg your pudding. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
SynthFest. Don't forget SynthFest. Go.
No,
to
Andy's show won't be happening tomorrow.
Really?
Because he's going to SynthFest.
Oh.
You see, he's been sensible about that.
He's such a lazy bugger, isn't he?
He has at SynthFest.
He dipped out of being a moderator today, and he's not going to do. No, I don't care what his excuses are. I want him in HR first thing on Monday morning.
Oh, we could have said nothing, and there'd be 30 people sitting there waiting for his show to start.
We're going to cut. We're going to cut his wages. We're going to cut them in half for today. That's it, and tomorrow, probably half wages. That's what he's going to get.
Yeah, do a drone stream from SynthFest. Just sit on somebody's keyboard and then just. There must be something there you can do it. You'll be able to do it.
I think we just did Drone Fest here for the last 2 hours.
No, that was Drudge Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. And we're managing to overrun. How did we manage to do such a colossally awful show and still manage to overrun?
Well, we're good at both. Let's face it.
We are, yeah.
Being awful and making it run too long.
Yeah, so we've got the runs, and you've been watching it. There we go. I'm going to go off to the local Amdram thing tomorrow night, and then I'm probably heading into the studio tomorrow, Sunday, to do some filming for another little something for Patreon. Yeah. And that's it. That, ladies and gentle people, folks, that was that.
Yeah.
Should we just shut the thing down?
It's probably the kindest thing to do.
Righty-ho. Well, in which case...
This show needs to go to the vet.
It needs to go to the vet. Let's put it down gently. Let's all have a moment. Have a moment's silence. Are we ready?